Hey, what's up guys, it's Mr. Roark. Okay, so now that we're done with volume, looking at how to find the volume of spheres, cones, and cylinders, we're going to take a look at how to find lateral and total surface area, okay? Throughout this unit, we're going to look at 3 different shapes. We're going to look at how to find the lateral and total surface area of rectangular prisms, lateral and total surface area of triangular prisms, and lateral and total surface area of cylinders. And so what we're going to do in this case is I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to find it for, in this case, a rectangular prism. Now, there's going to be 2 different ways that Eckberg and Williams are going to show you guys how to solve this, and whichever you choose to do in my class is entirely fine. I'm not going to say one way or the other, okay? So, let's go ahead and start off with the formula you're going to be given. On your star sheet, you're going to see a formula that looks like this. We'll go ahead and say for lateral surface area, we'll do this one here, and then over here, for total surface area, I'll solve this part over here. Alright? Now, for lateral surface area, if you're using the formula chart, you're going to see a formula that looks like this. It's going to be capital P times H. That capital P means perimeter of the base. Okay, so down here, I have a 6, a 5, and a 17. And I think, like most of you guys probably already know, if this side's 17, then this side's going to be 17, and this is going to be 17, and this other long line is going to be 17. Same thing for the 6. If this side is 6, then this back side is 6, this is 6, and this is 6. And the 5s. 5, 5, 5, 5. You guys kind of get that, alright? I don't need to have a bunch of numbers all over here, because it usually gets confusing. Just know that if this is 17, all the other vertical ones are 17. If this one is 6, all the other horizontal lines are 6. And if we have an angle of 5 here that's parallel, all the other parallel lines are 5. Okay? So, let's take a look at this up here. Now, if I'm going to find the perimeter of the base, and notice I've got a 6 and a 5 here. Well, I know the back side is 6, and this is 6. This is 5, this is 5. Okay, so what I have, if I add 6 plus 5 plus 6 plus 5, I get a total of 22. Now, my height's pretty obvious. My height's going to be 17. So I'm going to put 17 there. And at this point, using this method, the formula, all you have to do is multiply 22 times 17, all right? Simple enough. It's going to come up to 374 inches squared. Now, the other method is simply this. When you look at a rectangular prism, like this, okay, you're looking at basically 6 rectangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? There are 6 sides of this rectangular prism. When we're solving for lateral surface area, we only want the sides, okay? We don't want the top, we don't want the bottom of this thing, okay? So when I'm solving for a rectangular prism, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to have a front, I'm going to have a back, I'm going to have a right side, and I'm going to have a left side, okay? And what's going to happen is I'm going to solve for the surface area of each, the front, the back, the right side, the left side. And then, when I'm done, I'm going to add all of these numbers up, and whatever the sum is of those answers, it's going to be my final answer down here, in, of course, inches squared. If we do it right, it should match up with this, okay? So let's go and take a look at this. The front of this shape is 6 times 17, okay? 6 times 17. Now, the nice thing about this is if the front side, case in point, if the front side of this is 6 times 17, the back side's identical to it, okay? So, the back side of this is also going to be 6 times 17. The right side, I've got 5 right here times 17. So 5 times 17, and again, the left side is going to be identical to it. 5 times 17, okay? Now, at this point, I'm going to multiply all these up over here, and then I'm going to add all those numbers up. So if I do 6 times 17, I'm going to come up with an answer of 102. And of course, if I do it again, same thing. Oops, I got ahead of myself there. 102. Now, if I'm going to do 5 times 17, I'm going to get an answer of 85. Okay, and once again, if I do 5 times 17 again, it's going to give me an answer of 85. So I just found the area for the front, the back, the right side, the left side. Now I'm going to add them up. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 5 plus 5, that makes it 14. Carry the 1. 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 1 makes it 17. Carry the 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. And we can see that I've got the same answer right here, okay? Now, to find total surface area, using the formula, they're going to put plus 2 capital B. And like we talked about before, capital B means area of the base, okay? So, if I multiply base times height on the bottom part of this rectangle, I'm doing 6 times 5, okay? Now, since I've got 2 of them, it's going to look like this. It's going to look like 2 times 6 times 5, okay? 6 times 5, most of you guys know is 30. 30 times 2 is going to give me an answer of 60, okay? And at this point, I'm going to add my 374 inches squared that I got from my lateral surface area, the outer parts of this rectangular prism, and I'm going to do my area of the base, which is 5 times 6, alright, times 2, because I've got a bottom and I've got a top, okay? So now I've got 60 here, or 60 inches squared. And when I add this to this, I'm going to come up with an answer of 400. Let's do this. If I add these 2 numbers here, it's going to give me an answer of 474. No, hold on. I lied. 434 inches squared, okay? So basically, I have added my 374 plus my 60, and I've got an answer of 434 as my total surface area, okay? Now, to find it for the other method, all you're going to do is now you're finding the surface area of the top, and you're finding the surface area of the bottom. So, we know that if this is 6 times 5, the top is going to be 6 times 5 also. Alright, so 6 times 5 and 6 times 5. That's going to give me 30 and 30. And once again, just like I did here, I'm going to add these 2 numbers up, and I'm going to get an answer of 60. And once again, look what I've got. Down here, I've got 374. Sorry. I've got 374 plus 60. And when I add these 2 up, I will once again get an answer of 434, okay? Oh, inches squared. Now, I realize this is a longer video. I realize this is a lot of information. But what I want you guys to do is to pick one. If you guys prefer this method on top, basically what is going to be right here, okay? Pick the top method, all right? If you like this method easier and you feel like you're going to understand it better, pick this one. If this method and the capital P and the capital B and the H confuse you, and you think front, back, right, left, top, bottom is easier, do it this way. What I recommend is you don't do both of them because then you're going to get confused as to what's happening, okay? If you guys have any questions, again, I realize this is kind of a complex unit. You can always come and find me in room 12, and I'm always happy to help out, all right? We'll see you guys in surface area, lateral total surface area of triangular prisms. See ya.